The situation remains extremely tense. Police sources confirm that there has been contact with one of the gunmen inside the hotel.
God, those fool reporters just keep blabbering the same thing over and over. Why don't they tell us something new?
Edward, calm down. You've already had your heart checked once tonight.
Look, what do you expect me to do? I can't be calm because Alan and Emily are hostages.
And there is nothing we can do about it.
Stop being so infuriatingly rational. Don't you want to do something?
I am worried sick about Alan and Emily.
Listen, if they harm one hair on that little girl's head...
Nicholas is with Emily. I'm sure he'll do everything he can to protect her.
You know, to make matters worse, Luke is probably down at that hotel right now engaged in more half-baked heroic
please,
plots.
Shut up. My pulse is striking listening to you.
You know, I don't think you need to worry, because Mr. Luke knows what he's doing.
Yeah, since when?
Well, look, if I was being held hostage and my life could be ripped away from me at any second, I'd want Mr. Luke to be the one to rescue me.
Oh, please, that's an image I do not wish to contemplate.
Spare us, Alice.
Have you heard anything?
Yes. Apparently, the gunmen have agreed to release one hostage.
Alan, you need to concentrate on your breathing, slow and steady.
Carly,
Fast.
Carly, I'm not the one who's in labor. That would be Elizabeth.
Hey, how are you feeling, Dad?
I'm managing. You need to go check on Elizabeth.
No, you don't give orders this time. You're the patient, not the doctor.
Listen, Elizabeth can't give birth here.
Yeah, and you should have received thrombolytic meds within 30 minutes of the onset.
You gave me aspirin.
It's only a stopgap, Dad. You've got to let me take care of you.
That baby is going to be too premature to survive outside of the hospital.
You remember what you told me when Robin was shot? To think objectively, as if this were a triage situation, to consider who needs treatment first.
You mean you actually listen to me?
You show me by example. You're a wonderful father. Not only on a clinical level, but for the care and concern you show your patients. I only hope that I can live up to your example.
You got me beat by a mile, Em.
I want you to stick around so that I can keep following in your footsteps.
They've agreed to release one hostage. This is our best chance to storm the lobby and get those people.
Mayor Floyd is at the scene. So far, he has refused to comment. However, given the mayor's tough stance on crime, there is speculation.
Lives are on the line, and the foolish reporters are blabbering about that fool Floyd. What's he even doing there in the first place?
He is turning it into a photo op, Daddy, and I can't watch
Why
anymore.
wouldn't they report it if they're going to release a hostage?
Probably somebody who needs medical attention.
So what were Alan and Lulu doing in the lobby in the first place?
It's my fault.
Huh?
Why would you say that?
Because I stole Alan's PDA.
You did what?
Yeah, it was a stupid move, okay? I know, I shouldn't have done it, but I did it.
What is this all about?
Lulu and I wanted to find proof that Alan killed Rick Weber.
I told you Alan didn't do it.
I know that, Monica, but it was looking more and more like Rick Weber was blackmailing somebody before he died, and we just wanted to take a look at Alan's bank records to see if he might have, paid him off. So we stole the PDA, and Lulu was going to use it to access his bank account, and both of them got taken hostage, and I don't know if they get hurt or worse. It's on me now.
Here, take his pulse every 5 minutes while I go check on Elizabeth.
Okay, I got it.
Keep your breathing as even as you can, Dad.
Yes, doctor.
I'll be right back.
Listen, I'm saying this to you as your father. Let Elizabeth go.
I love you, Dad.
I wish I could take some credit for how she turned out.
Oh, you obviously did something right.
This from you of all people.
My life is full of surprises here. Just lie still. Let me take your pulse.
You don't have to humor me because I had a heart attack.
I'm I'm just saying that when my kids are grown, if they say things to me like Emily just said to you, it'll make my life worthwhile for that alone. Okay?
How far apart are the contractions?
I'm not sure. I think they're about 8 minutes apart.
Yeah. So then worried about fetal distress, and without a fetal heart monitor, it's...
Emily, stop, okay? Pains are getting less intense. And I'm sure it's just from stress and dehydration.
You don't have to do this.
Do what?
Make it easier for me to choose my dad. It's too soon for this baby to be born. You're a nurse. You know that as well as I do.
Still vacillating? Indecisiveness is such an annoying character flaw.
It took her a while to examine them both.
Correction, it took her too long.
The harder she struggles with this, the more entertaining for
The
you.
suspense is only pleasurable up to a certain point. Wrap it up, please.
Whatever you're thinking, stop. You're only going to make things worse.
Maybe not. Everyone has a weakness, Alan. And I just found out our fearless leaders.
He's just trying to help Lulu.
By encouraging a ridiculous investigation?
Who does the girl think she is, Nancy Drew?
And where did she get the notion that anybody but Laura killed Rick?
Because Laura told her.
Laura was the one that remembered killing him.
Yeah, well, apparently the news is that before Laura relapsed, she told Lulu that she thought she was innocent, and Lulu promised to prove it.
She probably had no idea what she was saying.
What if Laura's right? Huh? What if somebody else killed Rick Weber and let Laura think that she did?
Well, that would be a terrible tragedy. But at this late date, it's completely useless to Laura because she has an incurable condition. You hope.
You know, it doesn't matter. Lulu needs to do this anyway. It gives her something positive to focus on at least.
But why not try stamp collecting? Or better yet, attend that overpriced school that we're funding her tuition for.
The girl has been looking at her life, wondering what matters and what doesn't, and who she is and where she's going.
Oh, no. You are projecting your own indecisiveness onto Lulu.
No. Figuring out who killed Rick Weber gives her something to hold on to. She gets to help her mother, and I understand that. I want Lulu to feel like she's accomplishing something.
If you want to make the girl happy, send her on a cruise. But don't make more trouble for poor Alan or whoever else did the deed.
Grandfather, somebody murdered this man and let an innocent woman take the blame for it. And ultimately, that woman lost her sanity.
Now, Laura did not deserve what happened, but Rick Weber did. His original affair with Monica caused turmoil in this town for years. When he came back, he took up with her again.
What's my excuse? I loved Rick. But I married Alan anyway, and for years I thought I had just settled. And maybe that's the cruelest irony. Because as it turns out, it was Alan I belonged with all along.
No. Keep Mr. and Mrs. Corinthos apart. They're wonderfully entertaining individuals, but put them together and they're tediously devoted spouses. If you keep them apart, perhaps they won't create any discord to other members of our party. Sit.
Of course, I'd rather be in the hospital, but I'm not in critical condition. Your father is.
What if you're really in labor?
I'm not, okay? I refuse to be. And if for some reason this baby decides to come early, it's going to take hours, okay? And I'm going to be fine. We'll all be out of here by then.
Very, very noble. Bravo. You know as well as I that your friend's lying. She's only trying to make it easier for you to ignore her crisis. If you choose Elizabeth, your poor father won't survive. If you choose him, an innocent baby will be born or die right here in this lobby. This is a watershed moment. Pay attention, girl.
Some fearless leader you are. Bullying women around?
Will you
take the last guts?
Up? You are such a bad example to your fellow hostages.
One. Emily has to choose between her dying father and the mother-to-be. If you kill a boyfriend, she'll be too hysterical to decide.
That's true. Let's find another target.
Max!
Hey, sit down! Who matters most, Mrs. Corinthos? Max or Sonny? Because if you don't sit down and shut up, I'll put a bullet in Sonny's head right now. Very prudent. Do you have anything else to add? No, feel free to answer now that your temper is under control. I always find your comments very amusing.
Max needs medical attention.
Yes, I can see that. But you see, our medical personnel is running a little thin. Dr. Allen's in a condition. Nurse Elizabeth is about to give birth. There's intern Emily, of course, but she's a little preoccupied at the moment. So who's it going to be? I think it's going to be the priest. Perhaps you can give him a little spiritual comfort as poor Max bleeds to death. Oh, on second thought, Max can't possibly bleed to death from a shoulder wound. Let's see if my aim is a little more accurate.
You're starting to lose it, Mr. Craig. I thought Emily was the one that was supposed to choose. Wasn't that going to be the big event? She chooses between her father and her friend?
Do you enjoy gambling, Michael Corinthos Jr.? Because I can assure you, you're pushing your luck. But you do make a valid point. Emily has had more than enough time to think about it. So think about it, Emily.
I've made my choice. You have to choose Elizabeth. You can't let her baby die.